Hey everybody, today we're going to be reviewing wire strippers and cutters.
So this is the collection of wire cutters that I've accumulated over the years. This particular set we found at the dump, which is probably exactly where it belonged. I remember buying this set a very long time ago. I think you can get these pretty typically at like stores like Radio Shack. We don't even have Radio Shack anymore, but this is a pretty common set. This would be like, I don't know, 15 bucks. This one says it's a Craftsman, and this one probably wasn't too much more. I'm gonna say it was like 20 or 25 bucks. These are just crimpers. These are wire cutters that are, also from Radio Shack, and cutters. So the important thing to note here is that if you look at these, the way that they're assembled are completely different. So these guys here look pretty similar, but they're night and day when you consider how they're actually built. Like if you look really closely at this is like a solid plate of steel. It's actually machined so that it makes a really good clean edge, and these are not. So when you're trying to crimp one of these, if you look, you can see straight through the entire, straight through where you're trying to not cut, I guess, and it just doesn't make a very good cut at all. It just makes like a cut that's like 10 times better. Also, for cutting the wire, these you can cut here, you can also cut up here, and this guy has this cutter which doesn't work at all. The other feature that are on all of these is this guy here, which is made to cut off screws. I'm guessing some mild steel screws. You can put a screw in here and then use this, put a screw in, and then break the screw in half if you need a shorter screw. And it's a horrible idea, and I found out how horrible idea it was because one time I had a screw in here and I went to break it, and when I did so, it took off the top of my finger. So don't do that. So if we were to put these in order about which ones are pretty good versus which ones are pretty bad, put these over here. Good, perfect. So these very good cutters, I like them, they're Craftsman's. The number there is 73575. And these radius are actually pretty good. You can see also they're machined, so that's really what you're looking for, to make something actually just machined and not just cut into the steel or just really badly made. These are just cutters. These crimpers are actually pretty good. I actually modify them. Some of these, sometimes when you crimp certain contacts, these particular cutters are actually too wide, so I modify those a little bit. And these right here should probably just go like right there in the trash where they belong. So yeah, so you get what you pay for in this case. Don't get those cheap ones. It's just a few more bucks, and you want to just make sure you get ones that have a nice machined edge, and you can see that'll make a really nice cut. You can also tell on these particular models that they're screwed together at the pivot point here instead of riveted, so if it gets a little loose, you can tighten it up a little bit. So that's another little feature here. Yeah, and same thing, these are machined, and it makes a really good cut. So stick with these and you'll be much happier.